All right, awesome. So we'll go ahead and get started now, and we'll just admit people in as they come in. So let me start off by saying good morning to everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Jerry Morrison. I am the Assistant Director of Student Outreach Services for UCF, housed at our UCF Downtown campus. We are so happy to have you for our third and final admitted student panel. We've had previously two panels that have been very successful. If you have been on those panels before, thank you for continuing on with us. If not, that is not a problem at all. Just be prepared to get some great, helpful, and useful information that will help you as you transition to the UCF downtown campus. We are fortunate to have representatives from a number of different areas, our student success and engagement. We have career services that's represented, as well as the Nicholson School of Communication and the College of Community Innovation and Education. And so if you are, connected or thinking about getting connected to any of these areas, the individuals that you will hear speak today are experts in those areas and fields. And so I would definitely take the time to ask any questions that you may have. Now, before we get started, just a little kind of house cleaning in terms of, or housekeeping in terms of how this session will go. We are expected to be here for about an hour. And so with that, you are able to ask questions. Once the presenters present, we will have a question and answer session. You will be able to ask your questions using the chat feature. In the chat feature, I am going to ask that you ask your questions specifically to me, and then I will go ahead and present the questions to the group as a whole. Another thing that I will ask is that you please try to keep your questions to the specific departments that are represented here. We know sometimes there are burning questions that may be outside of the realm of those individuals that we have presenting here today. And so feel free, you can ask a question, but just know that if it is outside of the realm of the individuals that are here, we may have to refer you to another department. So we want to try and keep it as specific as we can. And so with that being said, we are going to go ahead and get started with our presentations. And I am going to go ahead and hand the mic off to Ms. Mary Wente and let her go ahead and start with her presentation.
Good morning. I am going to share a presentation, a couple of slides here. I hope everybody is getting to see the presentation. Okay. Can I hear a yes or no from some of you? Okay, good, good. So as Jerry mentioned, my name is Mary Rentin. I'm the director of the Undergraduate Affairs Office for the College of Community Innovation and Education. We are the academic hub in the downtown campus, and we have a number of majors that are housed on this new campus. Our office is your advising office. We do have 2 offices since our majors are split among the main campus and the downtown campus. You can reach us in the downtown campus in Union West. The suite is 200. We have professional advisors that will meet with you by appointment, and they are experts in quite a variety of things, to tell you the truth, when it comes to advising. So if you have questions about a major that we offer, but you're not sure if you want to be that major, but you just need information, you can make that appointment. We are here also to help you with schedule planning during the registration periods. We help you at orientation. So if you are a new student and already attended a new student orientation, you've had that contact with our office already. We will be with you throughout your time here at UCF. So we continue with academic advising. If you are experiencing any academic difficulty, come to us. And so you know, we are the office that will review your intent to graduate application and ultimately certify your graduation. We have, like I mentioned, several academic programs in the downtown campus. And as you can see from the slide, we have the Department of Health Management and Informatics, the Department of Legal Studies, and the School of Public Administration. The college also, of course, has a number of majors housed in the main campus, and they are listed in the slide. For purposes of this opportunity of chatting with you, I'm going to keep it more towards downtown campus majors, okay? Um, the undergrad programs that we have in the downtown campus are emergency management, health services administration, health informatics and information management, legal studies, nonprofit management, and public administration. So we do have quite a diverse list of majors in the downtown campus. I will tell you that this was the selection of these majors to be in the downtown campus was very strategic because we are in the heart of Orlando. We are in the areas that you can pretty much walk to get your internships done within healthcare. Orange Avenue, you look one side, you have Advent Health, the other side, you have Orlando Regional. And of course, when you look at downtown Orlando, you're going to find federal, state, and local government agencies that provide all these opportunities to you. So we are very excited about having these majors in such a strategic location. With that, from our majors, we also have minors and certificates, and the selection of any undergraduate minor and certificate should be intentional, so you can enhance your career prospects while you're completing your bachelor's degree. So you can be completing, for example, a major in legal studies, and because you have an interest in going to law school and maybe going into the medical malpractice area, you may choose a minor in health services administration. Okay, so those are combinations that you should have a conversation with a professional advisor or a faculty advisor, and we will make recommendations based on your career goals. Internships, and I mentioned strategic. Well, this is very strategic, yes. All the majors that you see listed, which are majors from downtown, students are pretty much mandated. It's part of their degree program to complete an internship. Legal studies, depending on the career goals of the student, has the internship or a capstone option. But pretty much if you speak to anyone in any of these fields, they're going to say that you do need the internship. It will set you apart. You're not only showing that you completed a degree, but that you have been able to put those skills learned in the classroom in functioning in the real world. We have research and enrichment opportunities. So if you're a student that you have an interest for honors in the major, undergraduate research, study abroad, I will highly suggest that you right away connect with one of our faculty advisors in each one of those majors, so you can start thinking about your honors in the major, topics for your undergraduate thesis or your undergraduate research. Also, if you're a student that has always been involved in student organizations, whether you're coming to us as an incoming freshman or a transfer student who has been highly involved in your state college, I would suggest that you look at our Student Government Association, and also that you look at clubs and organizations in here at UCF. By the way, the list that I have up is not just everything that we offer. We offer a whole lot more, okay? But I just wanted to give you a little bit of a sense of some of the organizations that are related to our careers and majors, okay? And lastly, money is important, okay? Finances are important. And we have approximately 55 scholarships very specific to our college. So please use the wonderful A2O software. You just put your information, one application, and it will tell you everything that you're eligible to apply for. So don't miss on these opportunities, whether it's a large scholarship or it's a small one. Every little bit helps to buy books, to help with your tuition and other fees. And then, hey, contact us. You have questions, you even feel like you're a little lost on campus, you want to connect, contact our office. The phone number is on the screen, or you can email us at ccieUginfo@ucf.edu and ask questions, or if you just want to email us instead of calling to request an appointment with an advisor, feel free to do so. Of course, at this time and for the fall term, we'll be doing all of our advising by phone or virtually, either Skype or Zoom, whichever you would prefer. So just give us a call or email us and we will get you set up with one of our professional advisors. Welcome to UCF, and welcome not just as an administrator, but I want to welcome you as a proud UCF alum. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Mary. Now we're going to kind of switch gears, and I am going to hand it over to Dr. Jason Dodge, if you will, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Jerry. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now. Mary, if you, yeah, there you go. Give me 1 second. All right. PowerPoint. All right, hopefully that's good for everyone. Let me get to the beginning of my PowerPoint. There we go. All right, so my name is Dr. Jason Dodge. I am the Director of Student Success at the Downtown campus. So again, I'd like to welcome everyone. Hope you're excited about joining the Knight community this fall semester. So what we'll do is briefly go through 5 pillars of student success, and as we go through these, I'll talk to you a little bit about the different resources and services that are available to assist you in these 5 pillars. And so the first one is academic and social integration into the UCF community. So it's important that you are connecting with a variety of different resources on campus in order to do so. And so the first thing that we like to say on the downtown campus is the city is your campus. You know, we are located in a metropolitan area. There is a lot to take advantage of that you'll hear from probably more so through this presentation. I'm sure Courtney with Career Services will also hit on this as well. But utilize the city as your campus. We are right there in the middle of so much that is happening, and connect you to in regards to career, internship, and other learning opportunities. And then 21st century learning environment. What does that mean? We have a lot of different really cool spaces for you to utilize around campus. And that goes for 2 of the different types of classrooms that you see on your screen here, whether that's the makerspace for our digital media game design students to utilize in order to create and work on different projects that they are, or the moot court, which you'll see below is a mock courtroom that will eventually have a bench at the front of it. So really, really cool space. 21st century living, one of the components of that means that you are working in spaces in order to get you experience for later on in life. Like Mary said, a lot of the different programs may require an internship. We try to infuse different things like internships, like these types of classrooms, to make you feel that you already have that experience as you are graduating. And then student engagement. So again, along with the academic components, the social integration is key to being successful here at UCF. You'll find that we have over 600 clubs and organizations at the university. Mary provided examples of a couple of those that may specifically relate to your major if you're in CCIE. And so make sure that you're getting involved. You'll find that the large majority of students on campus are involved in at least one thing, if not multiple things. And so make sure that you're engaging both in your classroom as well as in social opportunities. Next, build familiarity with UCF academic expectations, policies, and procedures. And so I could tell you to go and read the UCF catalog, but I know that from Mary's smile, we know that that's not feasible. It's hundreds of pages long of all these policies and procedures that may not be easy to interpret, and we understand that. And so that's why we provide different resources to help you with that process. And so with that, connecting with your advisor is key in order to ensure that you are being successful and making sure that you are picking the correct classes, that you're understanding what things mean in regards to what's the difference between a drop and a withdrawal, excess credit hours, things of this nature. And so make sure that you're connecting with your advisor on a semesterly basis, if not more often, depending on what they suggest for you and your unique situation. And so that's a good part. And then also the expectations and understanding what the expectations are. It's all about connecting with your professors. So make sure that you are keeping up communication with them throughout the entire semester, not just at the very last week when you find out that you may not be getting the grade that you had hoped to. Connect with them, make sure that they know your name, engage in conversation, whether that is in person, if you're taking in-person classes, or virtually. Those opportunities are available to connect with your faculty. So make sure that you are doing so from the very first class period. All right. Continuously develop and improve student learning skills. And so at the downtown campus, we have a variety of opportunities to do so in some really, really cool spaces. The first space that you'll see on the top left is our library. So it may not be a traditional library as you may have thought of it, or you may be at your previous institution, but it is a great space that has all of the different resources that you need in order to be successful. That includes a variety of different books. While we may have less books on this campus, you can do an inter-campus loan. And so if you see a book within our system that you would like, but it's located on main campus, you can always request it and they will deliver it directly to the downtown campus. In addition to that, we do have one-on-one assistance from trained librarians that can assist you with all those different research projects that you will be needing to complete throughout your time at UCF. And then in addition to that, we have learning support. And so we do have support, again, either virtual or in person in the form of tutoring for both your general education classes as well as some of your major classes as well. And so, again, a really cool space that we have on campus that we'll be providing in person, some in-person tutoring this upcoming semester, and then a lot of virtual as well for your convenience. And then in addition to that, we don't just do tutoring and learning support, we also do different workshops to teach you study skills, time management, things of that nature, to make sure that you're doing everything that you need to do in order to prioritize your education. And then lastly, study groups. Working with your peers is essential to making sure that you are successful. And we have a lot of really cool study spaces around campus that provide you that opportunity to either work individually or work in study spaces that have technology that you can rent out yourself with your ID. You can reserve the space, and they have whiteboards, they have digital monitors, things of that nature, so that you can have all the resources you need there at your fingertips. All right. Engage in career exploration and self-discovery. And again, I'm not going to steal Courtney's thunder. I'm just going to touch on this briefly. And so one of the really cool things that Mary had mentioned, and we talk about a lot when it comes to the downtown campus, is all that is right there at your fingertips and all the opportunities available for connecting with career and internship opportunities. And so this map here is one of our favorite maps to show. It shows a 15-minute walk radius around our campus. And so if you think about our main campus, in the center of campus, we have the student union, and then the perimeter around takes about 15 minutes to get to the parking garages that are on the exterior of the campus. And so we drafted the same type of map, but put our campus in the middle of a city. And so you'll see that within a 15-minute walk radius, you have things like the Orlando Sentinel, the Dr. Phillips Center for the Performing Arts, the Amway, FAMU Law School, all these different opportunities to get involved. So make sure that you're connecting with career services, make sure you're connecting with experiential learning, who is also available on our campus. And then we also have resources like pre-health, pre-law advising that is there a couple of days out of the week as well. You can connect with them if you're interested in going from legal studies to law school, or a variety of other majors that could align with law school. We do have those advisors that can make sure that you are on track. And then we also have graduate studies. And so you can go all the way from at the downtown campus from an AA degree all the way through PhD. And so we want to make sure that those resources are available to make sure that you are on track to get into a graduate program if that's what your interests are. All right, and then lastly, successfully adapt to and navigate through the UCF environment. And as we've seen over the past couple of months, this environment is not just in person, it is virtual as well. And so making sure that you are familiar with the online resources, I will say that all the resources that I am familiar with have a way to connect with them virtually. And so know that if we are not on campus every day, know that there is always an opportunity to connect with the resource that you're looking for. There will be somebody physically there to assist you in making sure that you can connect with that individual that you have questions for. And so even if you can't see them, that doesn't mean that they're not there. We can connect you, make sure that we get you the help that you need. And then there will also be some in-person experiences as well in a safe environment. And that's the main thing, is staying safe, especially at this time. And so we will have a mix of online and in-person experiences and support and classes for you at the downtown campus. And so it's understanding how to navigate those spaces in order to make sure that you are successful as a UCF student. So, and that is all I have. Thank you again for this opportunity to connect with you all. I look forward to your questions, and I'll throw it back to Jerry.
All right, thank you so much, Jason. So now we're going to kind of switch back to the academic side a bit, and I am going to pass the mic over to Dee Dee. If you would go ahead and share with our students. Oh, Dee Dee, are you there? All right, awesome. And Dee Dee, your mic is.
I needed to unmute myself. I'm right here. I apologize.
No, you're good.
So I recognize actually some names in the list as people who've been to my recent orientation. So welcome back, and welcome to those of you who I have not yet met. My name is Dee Dee, and it's not letting me start from the beginning. I actually am an academic advisor with the Nicholson School of Communication and Media. I work primarily with digital media as a major, both the game design and the web and social platforms track. We also have Sierra Cater, who works on the downtown campus, who works with our communication majors. And then Rebecca Morales, who is the director of the Nicholson Academic Student Services Center, which is the advising section of Nicholson. She goes back and forth between Main and downtown, but she's primarily administrative. She does work with some students. So that's the three of us who are down on the downtown campus. These are Nicholson departments. We do have some main campus majors like the Film and Mass Media department. We also have 3 different downtown majors. Then Ad PR is also back on Main. This is the Nicholson Academic Student Services Center. This is the main campus office. We do have a main campus office. Our downtown students, your advising is on the downtown campus. If you have a random form that needs to be turned in, then you could pop into this office on the main campus, but your advising is on the downtown. This is our contact information. If you have an advising question, you would email NASC, which is the shortened version of the Nicholson Academic Student Services Center. Try saying that 5 times fast, right? And then this is the phone number you would call to make an advising appointment. We advise on pretty much everything. We're sort of the front line. If you, especially with your downtown student, if you come downtown to see us, we're gonna help you with your class schedule, finding resources, et cetera, and so forth. The Nicholson School of Communication and Media is within the College of Sciences. So if you have a question that is more pertaining to something the college would answer, I usually connect you via email so that you're not going back and forth between campuses. We don't have a College of Sciences person on the downtown. So basically Sierra and I handle all of your questions and we source out accordingly or refer you as needed. But we can handle pretty much in most of your questions in-house. Here is our social media for NASC. It's NSCM Advising. We put all sorts of cool things on there and we don't spam you. So feel free to join us. And I know that you've all seen this, but there's a couple buildings that I want to point out to you. First is in the bottom middle, that's the CMB building, otherwise known as Communication and Media. If you're a digital media student, pretty much all of your classes, except for your gen eds, are in this building. And the communication and digital media faculty, their offices are all in that building. So that's kind of where your life revolves around the downtown campus. In DPAC, you have some gen eds, and there's also some study nooks and places to hang out. And then UWCV, this is where my office is, and Mary's when she's downtown. So that is where your advising, and Jason's, that's where your student success services, your advising, and career services are all going to be in Union West. Man, why is it not? It's not moving on. There we go. This is the second floor of Union West. This is where Jason and Mary and my office is. In better times, you can hang out there. Here are the Nicholson majors that are on the downtown campus. So we have the 2 communication majors and the digital media, both tracks, digital media. We also have the graduate programs associated with that. And then we have the minors. So those are our downtown programs. There we go. This is now called the Communication and Media Building, but this is where all your faculty offices are, and this is where, for digital media students, your life is. Here's some happy digital media students. In the makerspace, so those of you who have already been to my orientation, you've heard my spiel. It's not just for game design, there is web design things in there also. There's a tracking device where you can track where people are looking at your websites. There's whiteboards where you can, whiteboard tables where you can brainstorm, 3D printers, etc., and so forth. So then I'm just going to really quickly highlight some of the majors that are downtown in Nicholson. So we have game design, which is an overview of all aspects of game. And then we also, and here's some languages that game design will use, if that's what you're interested in or that's your major. Then we have web and social platforms, and that's a mix of both web design, so front end, and web development, which is back end. You'll see some careers here that you can go on and do, so that's a nod for Courtney. And here's some software that web design would use in their web and social platforms would use in your classes, so HTML, Java, etc. Here are some employment companies that some of our digital media students have gone on to do. You also can set up your own business, work for an indie game company, work for a smaller web development firm, etc., and so forth. The big one in Orlando, of course, for game design is EA, and not sure where they're at in building that brand new downtown office that they're doing. But Orlando does have other game companies out there and other modeling and simulation and all sorts of opportunities for web students. Trying to think what else I wanted to say with this. Here's the core courses for digital media. That's something that we would talk about in an advising session. One thing, the two downtown areas, both digital media and human comm, are very different. So digital media is very prerequisite structured. Please work with your advisor. And human comm is a little bit more flexible and open-ended. So please also talk with Sierra about staying on track in your communication major, if those of you who are in those majors. Communication and conflict is the only online, let me rephrase that, major that can be done completely online in Nicholson. It's kind of the sister major to human comm. It has more to do with conflict resolution. So it could go with legal studies. We do have a human comm minor. Human communication, this is theories about communicating interpersonally. Repeated myself a little bit in that sentence. There's some tracks, so you'll see some social innovation and activism, which would be go really well with some of the nonprofits that are downtown. And then we have business and professional communication also, which would fit in perfectly downtown. So to go back to Mary's comment on internships, or her slide on internships, human comm has to have at least one internship. It's an option with digital media. So you do find your internship. My main thing with digital media is please start networking and connecting with your professors from day one. Experiential learning is another resource to help you find the internship. For both the communication majors and digital media, you do have to come back to the program to set it up as either a comm class or a DIG class for it to count for the major. Okay, so I sped through that pretty quickly, but I still did my 10 minutes, so I think I'm good. Does anybody, Jerry, do you want to take back over? Because I think his turn.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and take over. Before we get to the questions, we have one last presenter left. I feel like everyone's kind of touched on her area like to a point, but we want to go ahead and get the specifics right from the source. And so I'm going to go ahead and put it in the hands of Courtney.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, that was perfect that I'm going last because I feel like everyone has already mentioned a little bit about career services. But my name is Courtney Pelfrey, and I kind of lead the downtown career services operation. So something that is really cool to know and that I want you all to take away from this is that you have access to us in career services downtown full-time. So I'm there if you need anything. You don't feel like you need to travel to a different campus to get that support. And obviously this fall virtually, we're very accessible to meet with you via Zoom, Skype, over the phone, that kind of thing. So I'm going to share my screen too, because I actually want you to see some of our website resources. Let's see. Can everybody see that website up on the screen? Awesome. So this is some information about Downtown Career Services specifically, and what I really want you to see is my contact information here, my email, and then also our location. Just like everyone else already mentioned, I'm located in Union West on the 2nd floor, so all of us work in close proximity together, which is wonderful because if you need someone, we're all right there, and so we can sort of help you figure out the right person to be talking to. We work closely together too, so if you ever have a question, I would say don't hesitate to reach out to someone, and if that person isn't the right person to answer your question, we can help direct you to the office or to the advisor, whoever it might be that you're looking to connect with. And certainly I'm happy to be that person as well. What I want you, if you don't take away anything else from this presentation, what I want you to take away is that it is never too early to start using career services. A lot of folks hear career services and they're like, I have no idea what that means. It has career in it, so it must be something to do with getting a job, and which is definitely correct. Then the next thing that people usually think though is, well, I'm not ready to get a job yet, so I'll just connect with career services when I'm a little bit closer to graduating, maybe the semester before I graduate or the last year that I'm in school. And what I would love for anyone to know is that it is not too early to connect with career services. We would actually prefer that you go ahead and connect with us as soon as you're a student at UCF. Maybe that means you have 4 years left until graduation. Maybe it means you have 2 semesters left until graduation. Whenever it is, I would love to help you go ahead and create a plan for developing a career strategy as early as you can. And so you might be thinking, well, what on earth would I do as, a first-year student? What could there possibly be? And so what we could start to do is think about, all right, maybe in the first year, we think about writing a resume, or at least just understanding what would some content be that I could put on a resume. It might be from previous education, it might be volunteering, maybe you've already had a part-time job, a full-time job, it could be anything. I think a common misconception I hear is, well, I don't have any experience, or, I haven't been able to do anything that's related to my major yet. And that is totally fine. I work with a lot of employers, and really they're just interested in any experience that you bring to the table. It doesn't necessarily have to have been from the field that you're studying, but if you have any sort of leadership skills, any sort of communication skills, any sort of digital skills, that's what employers are looking for across all of the different industries. And so I want to show you some of the services that we have to offer to help you really get those skills and experiences. So one of the big things that folks will come to career services for is resume writing. Maybe you've had to submit a resume for something before, but maybe you don't have any sort of resume, and that is totally fine. I want to be able to help you get started in writing a resume and understanding what kind of things should I be putting on my resume. Same thing with cover letters. Cover letters can be kind of daunting. It's a very unique style of writing, and when you want to apply for a job or an internship or any opportunity, oftentimes you'll need to submit a cover letter. And so I'd love to help you learn how to write a good cover letter. I'd love to critique your cover letter, your resume for you and with you. Same thing with a LinkedIn profile. Probably a lot of people have heard kind of the word networking and think, networking, that sounds terrifying. That probably means I need to talk to people that I don't know. And I'd love to take away some of that kind of fear around networking and help you understand, how can you connect with people? You saw that awesome map of the downtown community. You are so close to employers and organizations and folks that are looking for interns and employees, or maybe even just volunteering to get some experience and understand what an organization is all about. And I want to help you connect with those employers. But I know that again, that can be a little bit intimidating to reach out to someone that you don't know and introduce yourself and say, I'm interested in learning about what you do. So let me help you to kind of have a practice conversation with me first, and then you can go and have those same conversations with employers. And again, it's not too early to start doing that. I look back, at my own experience in college, and I wish that I had started connecting with employers sooner. You can start connecting with employers to get great information as early as your first semester on campus. And it could be as simple as, I just want to ask some questions about what it's like to work at a law firm, or what it's like to work in hospital administration, or what it's like to run my own nonprofit, or what it's like to design games. The best way to get that information to kind of supplement what you're getting in the classroom is to talk directly to people who are doing that as their profession. And I can help you to make those connections with employers, and I can help you learn how to reach out and market yourself in a way where you feel confident that you already have great skills and experience, and that you're continuing to build great skills and get great experience. The other thing is, maybe you just have no earthly idea what you want to do. And if you are in that boat, that is totally fine. Because probably your mind will continue to change too. Hopefully I can help you to learn about new career opportunities or things that maybe you didn't even know were options before. And we can have conversations about how does your personality fit in with different career types? How do your skill sets and your personal experiences fit in with different types of careers? What are you personally looking for in a career? Because not everyone wants to sit behind a desk. Not everyone wants to work closely with people, but for some people, they really want. So it will really just depend on specifically what you're looking for. I want to pull up one other web page just quickly, and that is the main Career Services website, which encompasses all of our career services for the downtown campus, for main campus. We all work really closely together. And so again, if you don't take away anything else, I just want you to know that you can visit career.ucf.edu at any time to start getting help and support with some of the things you might be looking for. If you click on students here, you are going to see that there are so many different stages of career planning. And so this can help you from wherever you're starting from. Maybe you don't even know, like I said, what you're interested in. So maybe you want to explore your personal interests, or you want to know, what can I do with my major? What would be some options with legal studies? Or what would be some options with health management and informatics? So that's something you can start with. But maybe you do know what your interests are. And so you are a little bit more, maybe it's better for you to start looking at, okay, how do I know more about those industries that I'm interested in? How do I start connecting with professionals in that area? You'd be more in that kind of explore phase. And we've got some awesome tools and resources for you as well. If you're a little bit closer to actually applying to jobs and internships, maybe we want to have an appointment about how to get your job search started, what kind of professional documents you need to have ready, how to prep for an wearing, all of those types of things. And just briefly, I want to mention some of kind of the more in-person services. And again, this fall they'll be virtual, but you could set up a one-on-one appointment with me. I'm always happy to meet with you to talk through any of these things. But we also put on a lot of workshops. So maybe you want to start by attending an online resume workshop, a LinkedIn workshop, a networking workshop. We put on lots of programs for you as well. We also host 2 big career fairs every year. So one will be in the fall and one will be in the spring. And that's a chance for you to actually, again, meet employers who are looking for interns and looking for full-time students after graduation. And we can kind of coach you through, how do you approach a career fair? You know, that is a big event, lots of employers to talk to. How would you navigate an event like that? And this fall, it'll be virtual, so I can help you understand, how will you navigate a virtual career fair and what will that look like? We also want to be able to talk to you about graduate school if you're interested in continuing your education after your undergraduate experience. So tons of different things going on at Career Services. And again, I know that can be overwhelming. It's like, oh, where do I even start? I want to connect with employers and I want to learn about my major, and you're going to have so many opportunities. So if nothing else, please feel free just to reach out to me via email. I'll put that in the chat as well so you can see it, but please reach out. And even if you just want to get started with a plan, maybe we can talk and say, all right, in my first year, these are the things I'm going to tackle. In my second year, these are the things I'm going to work on. And we can put together a personalized plan wherever you're starting from, because I know that at some point, everyone's focus will turn towards career. And we can certainly help you if you're feeling like, shoot, this is last minute, maybe I put this off. We can help you too, but I would encourage everyone to get started early so you can really take advantage of all of the tools and services that we have to offer for you. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. And like I said, I'm going to put my email in the chat just so hopefully everyone can see it. But again, it's on the Career Services website too, so you can find me there. And once we're back in person, like everyone else, I'm located right downtown in Union West.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Courtney. All right, so now we are to the question and answer period. If you have a question for one of our panelists, or maybe for all of them, you are welcome to ask that question using the chat feature. In the chat feature, you should only be able to chat with one of us. And so I am asking that for your questions that you would send your questions specifically to me, and then I will ask the questions to the panelists and ask it in a way so that everyone can hear generally what your question is. Also, please make sure that you ask the questions in a general manner. If you have any specific questions related to any of your specific needs, then I would ask for you to, you can contact our panelists privately, or you can contact me directly. My contact information should be in my little background right there. So you can feel free to email me and I will get that information or that question to the right person. But we want to go ahead and, get some questions out there. Dee Dee, I see you want to add something. So yes, you definitely can add something.
What I wanted to mention is that at Nicholson, we do meet with prospective students. We actually have a couple virtual open houses coming up. If you go to our website and click on advising, you can set up for that, where I can go more in depth about the downtown majors. But we will meet with prospective students. So you can give us a call at that 407-823-2681 number, and we will meet with you ahead of time, even if you're just starting out at one of the state colleges.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Any questions? Go ahead and ask your questions. While I'm waiting for some questions to come in, I actually I have a question. First, I'm going to kind of present this question to Dr. Dodge, to Jason. In terms of the student engagement part of the work that you do, how might that look different for students now, considering, what we're going through and some classes being in person, but then a lot of things being virtual and needing to be virtual because of the pandemic. And so what can students kind of expect in terms of that engagement portion from the student engagement area?
That's a great question, Jerry. I think first and foremost, students can expect to engage in safe activities. And so we will have a specific protocol in place for any of the different events that we will have in person. And so there will be some events that will take place in person. Some of the things that students may have been used to, but we know that, things like no more than 50 students at a time. We'll be looking at doing different events outside, larger spaces, face coverings will be required. We're also looking at doing something cool that our student engagement group is doing is like a pickup event. And so there may be like, where we used to do like a painting event, you have pottery and you're painting it. You may pick up a bag and bring it back to your residence hall or bring it somewhere else on campus and paint it. And so we're still providing that engagement opportunity, but we're doing so in a safe manner. Again, because we are in the middle of downtown, in the middle of the city, we're also looking at partnering with different resources around campus. We have the Orlando Museum of Art, we have the Science Center. And so we're looking at, can we provide tickets? Can we provide discounts to these places as long as they are open, that students can pick up a ticket, hopefully for free, and then, go and engage in the different opportunities around campus as well. And then lastly, we've been doing a lot of different engagement, virtual engagement, and we've had great success with that. We've had a lot of students connecting with us, doing, again, virtual resource fairs. Career Services does things weekly, in connecting with employers directly, virtually. And so I would say for this upcoming semester, the large majority will be virtual. We will have some in person, but regardless, either way, there's going to be ample opportunities to connect with peers and to connect with the different resources and engagement offices on campus.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. I am still looking for questions. Come on, guys. I know y'all have some questions. about-
Jerry, I got a question from a student that I can repeat just in case
Yeah.
it gets anyone else. So the question was, should Valencia students who might be future UCF students meet with Career Services as first-year students, as freshmen as well? And the answer is absolutely. Like I said, it is never too early to start thinking about Career Services. So even if you are a first-year student, I do meet with Valencia students who are studying downtown as well. And so please don't hesitate to reach out. And even if it's just providing an overview of what Career Services has to offer over the next several years and how you might take advantage of different opportunities and resources each year, I'm happy to have that conversation.
Awesome, thank you.
And I'd say in addition to that, just to go back to Dee Dee's point, advising will also meet with prospective students. That goes with CCIE as well. So in addition to connecting with Career Service, make sure that you're, having those opportunities, looking out for those opportunities, connect with your advisors. And then because Valencia is a Direct Connect institution, connect with the Direct Connect coaches as well. So a lot of good resources that you don't have to wait until you are a current student in order to connect with.
If I may add, if you're going to be a new student this fall, make sure that you activate your Knights Mail account. Our office will be sending out a lot of information, how to connect with us and other virtual events related to advising that we will be providing. So make sure that you do remember that the official means of communication once you become a student at UCF is through Knights Mail. And that is very important, not only just for the advising area, but for all areas within the institution. That's how they will communicate with you. So make sure that you activate that account.
And yes, so I just want to reiterate that the chat feature is only set to where you can chat with the host privately. And so that's why I'm stating that if you have any questions, please make sure you can send it to me. Also, if you want to send it to a specific panelist, that is even fine as well, just so we can see and make sure that we ask the question publicly, just so that everyone, they may have the same question. So I do have a question here. It says, I am a junior starting in the fall 2020. Is there any advantages for online students to join clubs or other groups? Jason, I feel like that might kind of be in your purview.
So I guess I would need clarification beforehand in regards to, is the student a UCF online student or the?
I can chime in if that's okay. I would
Yeah,
say,
please.
for example, one of our bigger clubs is called Game Dev Nights, and they're always active online in social media, and they have a Discord chat. And I know that our other clubs also are very active online. So I would say yes. And on social media, I'm still going back to Game Dev Nights here, but there's indie developers who will post things on Game Dev Nights social media because they know that that club exists and they know how active it is. So I would say absolutely. You never know how you're going to meet someone.
Yeah, I think the only caveat that I would make to that is for our UCF Online students specifically enrolled in a UCF Online program. So one of those that was mentioned was Communication and Conflict by Dee Dee. There are some different things that may or may not be available because of the fee structure for UCF Online. And so one of the fees that funds, or the fee that funds things like student organizations, is the activities and services fee. And so a student who is is UCF Online, taking all their classes on campus within UCF Online, would not be paying that fee, and so may not have access to certain service activities and services. So that would be the only thing. I think, like Dee Dee mentioned, you'll find that there's going to be a lot of different clubs and organizations that will continue to do different things virtually. One of the best resources to connect with clubs and organizations is Night Connect. It's off of the Office of Student Involvement, or OSI website. I'm sure we can drop that in the link as well. And so check them out. You can sign up for clubs. You can look at the different things that are coming up. They're always advertising events, again, whether that's in person or virtually. So that is your best resource to connect with those organizations and all the different things that OSI supports.
I did get a question. Pretty much, can students park at the downtown campus, especially if the shuttle is not in service? First of all, let's take this question and put it in two, okay? Can students park at the downtown campus? Yes. You just need to get your parking decal, so it shows that you're a student, and yes, there are specific parking lots for our students. So it's not like you're driving around downtown campus, the downtown area, trying to find a parking lot. We have specific parking lots for our campus. Now, I'm not sure, Jason, if you have the answer in regards to the shuttle. I thought the shuttle was going to be in service. Do we have any update on that?
Yeah, that's also my understanding, is that the shuttle will be in service. I'm not sure if an updated schedule has gone out. And so what I would suggest is continue to monitor the websites, the downtown websites, and then also the main campus, the parking and transportation page for that information, so that you are aware of it as soon as it's updated. So yes, my understanding is they will update, they will operate. I'm just not sure about the schedule yet.
I also received a question in regards to, and it is specific, DD to digital design. If for freshmen in the fall, will the classes be online or traditional classroom setting?
Okay. I'm curious when this person's orientation is. So for most of the classes that would be taken in your first semester, it's primarily online. Every once in a while, you'll find something that's still coded to be in person, but who knows if that's actually going to stay in person by this point. So if you are still out of state, or you're still wondering if you should be signing your lease, odds are your fall 20 classes will be online.
And if I may just add a general announcement on this, anyone who is looking for, hasn't registered yet, or if you've registered, I will suggest that you go into your class schedule and click on each of the classes that you have registered, and you will find class notes. And even if some classes may show as remote, it may give you very specific instructions as of when you have to log in, because we do have some classes that, even though it's remote, you do have to be logged into the, let's say, a Zoom at a very specific time and day. Only totally WWW classes, totally online classes, are the ones that you don't have a specific time and day that you have to be logged in, like in attendance. But there are others that are not classified as totally online, but are going to be going remote, and it's going to have very specific instructions. Now, keep in mind also that the university is going to have some face-to-face courses. Of course, if a class used to be 100 or 150 students, now maybe 50, because we need to be complying with the social distancing. So make sure that you go ahead and read about each one of your classes. And if you have any questions in regards to that, you can always contact the advising office, and we will help you understand what is the, let's call it, the mode of instruction that that class is going to be under. Okay.
All right. All right, so we are getting to the end of our time. And so I am going to ask, I'm going to call these some rapid fire questions. And so I have some questions here and I want you to, we're going to try and answer these as rapidly as we can to get them in. And so the question here says, my daughter is taking one face-to-face class downtown, but will live on campus. I'm assuming that they're talking about the main campus. It says, what type of safety protocols are being added to the shuttle transportation? If anyone might know any details on that.
So I want to, I'm not familiar with the details of that within parking and transportation. Again, what I would suggest is checking out the parking and transportation website to stay up to date on what they're doing. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have the details specifically about that. I have it about classrooms, but not about the parking and transportation.
Yeah, and I would imagine that if they are having students, have the shuttle service and it will be, in service, they will, of course, probably come up with some type of plan in terms of socially distancing. And I would also imagine that there's probably a good chance that masks will be required on those shuttles if they are, in service during that time. And so that's something that I would definitely keep in
I
mind.
also imagine, oh, sorry, Jared. I also imagine they're going to have to sanitize them regularly.
Yes, yes.
Yes, as the buildings and the bathrooms and the doors and all that on campus, yes, I would think that it's the same protocols. The other thing I wanted to mention is, because I did get a question here. Sorry, Jerry, I'm getting
No.
questions. So,
Rapid fire though, rapid fire.
okay, well, this one's a rapid fire. When does the fall semester begins? And I am here looking at my calendar because I believe it's the 21st or 24th.
24th.
The 24th. Okay, that was my first. The 24th of August.
Yes.
Okay.
And as for the students, always Google UCF academic calendar and double check everything.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Next question. Will the legal studies department go entirely online?
Well, I need a little more information on that question. The Department of Legal Studies actually is a participant of a degree totally online. So if you're a UCF online student, like Jason was discussing previously, the department always has a number of courses online. Like I mentioned before, if you're looking at the classes from legal studies, you do have to click on each class and see what is the modality, which it means how is the instruction, okay? So you do have to check. Now, all of us, regardless if you may not have all the faculty in the department the same day there, personally, we are all reachable by phone and virtually. So that wouldn't be an issue.
Okay, awesome. And then the last thing that I just want to add before we kind of get the last words is, as Jason mentioned, there is a difference between the UCF online programs. Those are, specifically for students that are doing their entire program online. A lot of those programs are, it's really just the kind of bare bones academic program. And so you'll have, access to advisors or, coaches that will help you through that process with the online program. But a lot of the student services are not necessarily a part of that specific experience. Now, that's not to say that you may not be able to ask a question of someone in career services. I don't know, that might, still be something that you're able to do, but there is a strict difference between the specific online program and students that are in our regular majors, but their classes are just being moved to an online or virtual platform because of the pandemic. And so I hope that kind of answers a key question here. So before we end out, I do want to allow our panelists to kind of give any final words that you might have for the students that are still on with us.
Well,
So we'll go ahead and start with Mary. Go ahead.
Jerry, first of all, quick question. Is this meeting being recorded? So if
It is
someone join
being-
us late, they
It
can,
is being recorded.
so how will they, if they want to watch the whole session because they came in late?
Yeah, and so typically a few days after the session, Chris Dahlstrand, who is with our undergraduate admissions, he will either send me the link or they will automatically upload the session to YouTube. And so they've done it both ways. And so if you would like a copy of this session, email me directly, and I will make sure that you're able to get that to get that recording.
Okay. Well, I was just going to say very briefly that, first of all, congratulations to everyone who's been admitted to the university. I know it's an odd time for those who are graduating from college and those who graduated from high school or their state college and they're coming to us. But you know what? Knights always find positive things. And this is a great opportunity to put your smarts on, to be looking out for opportunities that are still there. We don't have to be face to face to find those opportunities. Technology has assisted us immensely. Even things that we never thought we would be doing online this summer, we have. So reach out to us. Don't just say, well, they're remote. I'm not even going to try. No, we are available. We are here to help you and to facilitate that transition into this university. So, you know what? Armor up. Put that mask on if you're coming to campus, because if I'm there, I'm going to say, put that mask on. Okay, I'll turn into mom. But we are more than happy to have you start with us this fall term.
Awesome. Jason?
Yeah, same that Mary said. Don't wait too long is the only other thing that I would mention is we are here for you. Don't wait until it's too late to reach out to us. That's what we're here for. That's what we get paid for. All the resources and services that you need in order to be successful are located at the downtown campus. One of the areas that we didn't hit on was well-being. And so that's going to be crucial as you come into a new institution, as you either continue college or start new in college. Your well-being is first and foremost the most important thing. And so we have resources like student health services and counseling and psychological services available for you on the downtown campus. So in addition to everything that we discussed today, there's so much more. The only last thing, and a good way to connect with those different resources and to learn more, is the UCF mobile app. Download the UCF mobile app if you have not done so yet. It is a great app. There is a downtown campus experience that, again, will plug you into all of those different things that are available to you on the downtown campus, as well as push notifications when there's information that you need to know right away, emergencies, things like that, as well as opportunities to get involved, like was mentioned before. So download that app and go Knights.
Awesome. And I do want to ask, because this question could be important. A student did ask, where is CAPS located downtown?
Yeah, great question. So also on the second floor, I feel like we should just rename this the second floor show.
Right.
Second floor of Union West. As soon as you get off of the elevator, just walk straight and you'll walk right into the well-being wing. And so CAPS, SHS, the Rec and Wellness Center, Wellness and Health Promotions, all located in the same space right there on the second floor.
Awesome. Dee Dee, any last words?
Just thank you for coming. And Mary said pretty much everything. Please do come talk to your advisor and have a great summer.
Awesome. And last but not least, Courtney.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'll just echo what everyone said. Please connect with us early and often. You're going to get a gazillion emails about things going on, and check your emails. I know it's going to be hundreds of them, but there's really important stuff in there to find out what options you have available what opportunities are happening on campus and virtually. So read your emails.
Awesome, awesome. All right, everyone. Well, thank you for joining us. And with that being said, I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.